So I got this comment a couple weeks ago on one of my videos, and in the video I had talked about travel corridors and stuff for Bigfoot, and how I believe in this area that they move around. They're kind of like nomadic. I think out of necessity for food sources and not a lot of room. And the comment said, I'll kind of paraphrase. It was something along the lines of, of course they stay in one area. They don't move around, so they don't jeopardize. Oh, I'm sorry. So they don't jeopardize being seen or something like that, right? Look, I didn't do any better with that. I'm going to edit that out if I can. So they don't jeopardize being spotted or being seen. And I've been thinking about that and thinking about it. And I want to disagree that in my area, in southeastern New England, where there's not a large area for them to just hop, squat, and stay and habituate one area just for the food source alone, if not just the food source. And as this commenter mentioned, that they will stay in one spot to avoid travel so they're not being seen. Those aren't the exact words that this commenter had said, but I think on the contrary, in areas, small woodland areas like where I hike often, that it's just the opposite, that if they stayed in one area, that their chances of being spotted are increased. And I fully believe that in southeastern Massachusetts, in these smaller forested areas, that they have to travel. They can't stay in one spot. And so when I go looking around and exploring these smaller state parks and nature preserves, that I see sign that they were here. Probably the odds of me seeing one in these smaller state parks are very, very low. But I do love to just see if they've passed through an area, how recent some of the sapling breaks are. And when I travel through a park like this one that I know so well, like my backyard, I can tell a new stick lean or a new tree bend and these kind of things. And so when I repeat and I keep coming back to these areas, that is one of the major reasons why I keep coming back to these areas, to see if they've recently traveled through. And it's really easy to tell a new sapling break because of the color of the break. Bright. It's a bright yellowish color. It's a brand new break compared to something that's just been weathered. So, as far as way up, say in the British Columbia and way up in big, large forested areas, in Canada and maybe even New Hampshire and Vermont, where they have hundreds of square miles that they can actually, that's their habitat and they stay there. I could see that. I can understand that definitely. But as far as my area, I think they have no choice but to just cut through and travel through from one place to the next. I'm not saying that they may not have a home, where they hang their hat, so to speak, but I just believe not in this area. They have to keep moving. So my opinion, and again, I can have it. Let me know if you agree or disagree with that. If you think maybe that Bigfoot just stays in one spot and has, like a bear. I think a bear needs, I don't remember, 5 square miles or something like that. Again, I didn't do any homework on this. This chat, I just sat down to take a break and I decided to share with you guys. But, I can't see a family unit or a clan staying in one of these smaller areas. Let me know what you think. Leave a comment. Also, I wanted to bring up too, I'm trying to improve my audio on my videos, and I really think that the cover, the protector on my camera, on my phone, was really messing with the audio. So I went out and bought a Go Mic Mobile. It was a couple $100, and I went and purchased it. In the past 3 days, I've been trying to figure out why it won't work on my phone. I don't know why. I returned it. I'm not gonna throw away $200 hard-earned dollars. That's a lot of clams, a lot of shells, a lot of smackers. But I worked hard for it, and I'm not going to just put it in a drawer and forget about it like I did with my GoPro. I used my GoPro a couple times, and I was having a lot of difficulties downloading the video from the GoPro to my phone, then from my phone, uploading it to YouTube. But what I did do today when I returned that Go Mic Mobile, because I want to improve the audio, is I bought a gimbal, I think it's what it's called. It's like a stabilizer, and it's very interesting. I charged it up, and I was going to use it today. I can't figure out how to use it, so I got to do some homework on that as well. I don't understand why. I got the thing all charged up, and you got to kind of balance it, and the thing just, it wilts like a dead flower. I can't get the thing to work right, but I'm not gonna give up on that thing, because if I can't improve my audio, then by gummit, I'm gonna at least improve the video quality and try not to make my video as shaky. But I'm gonna head back. I got probably another hour and a half. I'm not that far out. I've only been hiking for an hour, so I got plenty of time. I don't have to to go very fast to get back to my vehicle before the sun goes down. But if I don't see you guys, I appreciate you clicking. And and about the comments, I'm finding it difficult now to reply to every comment. I read every single comment, and I do my best to reply to everybody. So please don't get frustrated if you leave a comment and I miss it or I don't reply. I'm trying. I have now 1,562 subscribers or something. So I am definitely trying. I still want to keep that communication open. I love that about this channel. It's the comments and the replies from you guys. So thank you guys so much for clicking. If I don't come back, I'll definitely see you guys on the next one. I still think every time I hike out here about that special needs gentleman that went missing, and it's believed that maybe he was here the last time. He often would leave the home he was living at to come here. He loved it out here, to come here and hike. And I still, in the back of my mind, I've spent hours and hours and hours, the equivalent of days and days out here, searching for any sign of this gentleman. His name is Donald Flint. And I still wonder, always wonder in the back of my mind, what happened to him. And it's a sad thing that this guy just wanted to go for a walk. He just wanted to go for a nature hike. And I don't know if something shady happened to him. If he even ever made it here when he left the group home he was living in. He has family that love him and that would like to know where he is. But I'll tell you, it's not for lack of looking. I can say that. It's not for lack of me trying. After all this time that I've kept an eye out for this gentleman, I don't think he's here. I've been off trail. I've pretty much gone through 90% of this park, maybe less, but 80% of this forest I've been through. I'm not saying every square mile, but unless this guy just walked off the trail and just kept walking to nowhere, I don't think he's here. And some time ago, I don't remember, it probably was a few months ago, I had seen a news report, a local news report, that he was possibly sighted north of here, up in New Hampshire. And I can't remember the name of the lake. I don't remember it, I apologize. but that maybe somebody might have spotted him thumbing. But the reports were that this guy had no gear, no backpack. You know, it's sad that I always think of a person's thoughts, what runs through their mind when they realize they're in trouble, when they realize that they're lost and things are looking really bad. I don't know. I know that the state police searched some areas in this particular state park. I don't know how thorough they did. I'm sure they did as thorough as they could. But you can't cover everything, right? I mean, for a long time now, I've been walking and hiking different areas around here of this particular state park. And it's frustrating. It frustrates me. Because I would want someone looking for me. If something ever happened to me, I want helicopters and dogs and thermal imaging and people on horseback and big groups, big chain, all spread out, looking all over the place. And because of this gentleman was special needs and that it's not definite that he came here or went missing here, that maybe it was just a kind of a little comb over and just kind of, well, we don't see him, he's not here. I would think you guys would want the same, you know, if something ever happened to you. I feel confident that if something happened to me now and I fell and I twisted an ankle, even though I'm only a mile away from where I started, that if I couldn't crawl my way out, and sometimes it's not even that, it's disorientated. If you get disoriented, and not only are you physically unable to continue, but you're confused. I could just imagine the fear, you know, being all alone like that. I mean, I enjoy hiking alone and everything, but in a situation like that, you've got nobody to rely on. I don't know. So this is going to be it, guys. I do appreciate you coming by. I'm going to try to figure out that gimbal thing, and hopefully I can figure that out and get some video that's not so shaky all the time. I stopped. I'm not going to record any more videos with the cover on, with the case on my phone. That protective case, I think, was really doing some serious funny business to the audio on my videos. Well, I'm cold. It's not that I didn't dress for the weather. I have more. I got gloves and stuff and another sweatshirt in my backpack. Thank you guys so much for clicking. And I'll definitely see you guys on the next one.